So good evening once again. Sorry for delay. Uh, sorry for that. Babar asked me to prepare some documents, including a visa and including some changes. So I was working since morning for this document. And may God bless all of you. And may God grant happiness in your life and the success in what you are doing and opportunities to help others as well. Today we present a cosmic energy method, which is a scientifically based method created and founded by the Russian academician, Petrov. He's not alive anymore so far, but I was very blessed to be his student. I know Russian very well. Russian is one of my perfect languages, which I know. So I went to Russia and I studied from him this amazing method. This method came to me actually from universe, because by that time I was a task manager in the European Commission in Brussels, dealing with all Chernobyl-related projects. I was visiting Chernobyl in Ukraine on site. I was visiting all these villages which have been damaged after the catastrophe of Chernobyl explosion. I met there many, many people who were, of course, by that time affected by radiation and with cancer, etc. So by looking all this damage, I was thinking that time, while I was still like engineer dealing with the nuclear safety, I was thinking if Allah allows this tragedy, technical tragedy happened, it means that somewhere there should be a method somehow to recover from all of this. Because God usually doesn't send something which happened without a solution for that. So there should be somewhere a solution. And then I said, being engineer this time, God, if there is this solution to help people to remediate from any damage, which is also radiation damage, and to help also nature from that pollution, please send me in my life this solution, this method. This is what I said that time. And after a few years, when I returned back to Greece from Belgium, continued to work as engineer, suddenly it came to me in my life that this method, cosmic energy method, that can be worked with channels as energy to help for the health. Sorry, that time, it was not so much well known to heal people with energies. Now everybody knows that. That time, it was quite new and quite, many people didn't believe it. Most of the people didn't believe it. But because it came to me, I said, okay, I will explore. So I spoke with the nuclear physics because I was engineer. I knew about nuclear, how nuclear world works. And I spoke and I asked them to show me all evidence, scientific evidence, to prove scientifically that this method can work. And because we were colleagues from nuclear physics, they showed to me all these technical investigations, scientific investigations with a very high tech equipment, how the channels work. For example, what they did, they put cup with the water, 10 cups with water, they activated 10 different channels, and scientifically they were looking how the structure of the water is changing according to the channel, and then they measure different technical length of the channels and frequency of the channel and all these technical characteristics. So when I saw it, I said to myself, okay, scientifically it's proved. Let's see how it works. This was how I started from the scientific point of view. And after that, when I already started to be initiated in different channels, I started to work mostly with my friends because I didn't need it for me. It was just scientific exploration for me, how it works. So I work with my friends, with my families, with colleagues, and I saw it works. One of my first sessions, it was with people, with a boy, for example, who was 21. He had a very big problem with prostate, Another case was with a lady who couldn't become pregnant. Another case, it was one of the few first cases, was which the boy, young boy, quite young boy, he felt that he is diverted in sexuality. So we needed somehow to see this. Another was problem with the pancreas with another lady. So all these cases started to come to me. And I saw that during the cosmic energy session, which is actually cleaning session, healing it's after. Firstly, it was cleaning session, and then it was healing session. And then I saw how many emotional kind of trauma and emotional different energies coming out from the person. They're crying, they're doing, different kind of the different visions about their traumas, etc., etc. So when I saw that cosmic energy channels, they're so powerful that not only help and clean and heal the energy body of the people, but also the emotional and mental aspects of the people, especially their traumas, for example. Then I decided that time to go to study integrative counseling, which is psychology, one of the part of the psychology, to support also people from psychological point of view. And when I saw, again, when I did counseling sessions, I saw that the combination of cosmic energy with the counseling was absolutely fantastic. Why? Because cosmic energy channels, apart from the cleaning and healing and protection, they gave massive information. It's informative channels. It means, for example, when we do session, let's say psychological sessions, it's immediately guided and guided with the questions. What shall I ask? How shall I kind of receive in order to make the session the most efficient and effective? That's why with cosmic energy help, any psychological sessions which I did after that, within 1 hour, many issues have been come out and have been resolved, which could be neurological, let's say neurological nature, or neural nature, or mental nature, or physical, for example, abuse, which affected also the psychological world of the person. So I saw that time that cosmic energy helped not only energetically and in the body, but also mental and psychological. In that case, being a science, I started to explore more. I started to say where else cosmic energy can help. For example, I started to to explore in aesthetics, like in the skin, in the body behavior, in the face behavior, with cosmic energy. Everywhere I started to use cosmic energy in different professions. So I studied aesthetics, and I had massive results. You can see also my face, which Baba, he was very surprised when he saw also, he learned my age, for example. Also, I started to see shiatsu, explore. I become a master of shiatsu, a master of reflexology. Why? Because through the shiatsu, through all meridians, I was again running cosmic energy channels. Through reflexology, cosmic energy channels as well. So when I saw that cosmic energy knowledge and cosmic energy vibrations, and especially informative part also of cosmic energy, started to help me in different other, let's say, professions which I learned through that, I started to explore even more. I was flying because I'm also a pilot in private aviation, and I decided to use cosmic energy channels as an informative part of cosmic energy and protective in piloting as well. So the resulting was when I did my exam, that time, I remember that day, it was so big wind that physically, usually, they do not allow the newcomer flyers, the nuclear pilots, to do with such a big wind. But the teacher, he was very impressed with my result, but he doesn't know that it was because of the cosmic energy channels. And he said, let's try. So usually we have, let's say, 150 feet in our corridor, not to extend in order to pass exam. So let's say this is my corridor. So we have another 75 and 75, 150 feet not to extend. I didn't extend even 50 feet. Even professionals cannot do such an exact flying and exact landing. Why it happens? because while I was flying, because I activated the channels for information, I was instructed by channels, turn this, do this, on that. So I was actually like a robot implementing the information from channels. So it's also even for the flying. Then, of course, I extend much more, and I will explain you why, because this is our channels which can help us, for example, in our daily life. In our daily life, we use a lot of objects. We dress, we come out, we come in. So the cosmic energy channels also clean any object which we can use, any object. For example, some people, they say, oh, I like very much these old objects in these different shops which selling secondhand, but they have bad energies. For us, there is no border for bad energies. Every energy we can clean. Also for your food, for example, we have channels for the stomach, we have channels for the all kind of liver, all organs, we have channels to clean it, to support. So any food which you eat, you can clean and you can charge with the channels, let's say for the digestive system, or for the blood pressure, for example, or of any use. And this, like a food, will be like your best pharmacy, your best drug, because it's already like a liquid channels, completely healing from inside. So we can use cosmic energy channels outside and inside from our body. After that, I explore even further. I thought, okay, when, for example, I have everything around me, even, by the way, very important thing, we have channels which help also for our intellectuality. For example, to do exams. If we open the channels 20 minutes before exam, we suddenly, during the exam, suddenly started to remember whatever we thought that we don't remember anymore to answer the questions. So with all my exams, cosmic energy channels help me to pass everything and suddenly remember whatever even didn't know that I remember. So with the help of cosmic energy, with this improvement in the memory, I had no difficulties at all to study another 28 professionals, different directions. That's why now I had 28 professional diplomas. It was completely very easy for me with the help of cosmic energy channels. So it was really another thing which I can tell you about cosmic energy. For example, you're traveling. You're traveling with the airplane. You are traveling with a boat. You are traveling with a car. You are traveling with a bus or with a train. Cosmic energy channels, we have a special channels which protect you during your trip, during your travels. For example, I like driving very much. I drive a lot, so when I always activate channels, also always they direct me how to drive safely for myself and for other people. Sometimes they instruct me, turn. I don't know, why should I turn? Turn, for example. I just feel instruction. Or sometimes, especially here in UK, because in UK it's diverted direction, especially the beginning, I was used to the European direction. So many few times I was in very dangerous situation when I looked to another direction and the bus coming from this direction, for example. I was just ready to step on the road, looking there's no bus coming. And suddenly I just, in 2 meters from me, I saw the big bus. But the channels inform me, instruct me, stop. They say to me, stop. Why? It's empty road. But I stop because I know the channel's always right. And suddenly I say that they're dangerous. They always instruct. So what I say is that these channels goes for every profession, number one. Number two, in daily life for every people. Number three, the information and guidance which you receive from them, it's absolutely unique. Number four, I say, who have the channels, who are initiated on the channels, we feel not alone anymore. I mean, not loneliness, but we feel that the whole universe is around us to help us and to support. Not only with the guidance, but for example, with the wish. We have channels with what you can do with candles. I just show you what kind of candles we have. This candle. So we lit it up, yes, and or you can another candle what you have, and we have a wish, of course with the of course with the agreement of God, yes, because God is decided what we have, what we don't have, everything coming from him and everything coming to him back. But channels, because the source of the channel is actually the God source, just the source of the life and creativity, activating channels were very near, somehow very connected with the source. That's why our wish or our will is very much facilitating if it's for our benefit. It's absolutely fantastic. This is number 4. Number 5, sorry, when we initiated into the channels and when we discovered this beautiful world, interesting happened, especially at the beginning. You can see it very obviously. Different people and relations who already did their turn in our life, and they are not anymore like for bilateral benefits somehow, they somehow started to go away and new people come. So the new place in our life open and new people come who are on another level according already to our level. Or for example, people who usually sometimes have intention, not so much good intention in our life and can harm us, channels protect us automatically. These people somehow go away. But if in any case, what I saw through these years, if in any case somebody, in any case, do something, think about us negatively or do something about us negatively, I saw the return back to them. It's such a traumatic for them that I always say, please, channels, please, God, don't punish them. Yes, they did whatever they did. I forgive them. I give it to you. Please don't punish, because I see how the channels protect me. Very, 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 like army near to me. Another thing fantastic with cosmic energy is that you can work with channels in the distance. Not only you need them by sight, but also in the distance. For example, one of my first sessions was a brother of my friend. He was in English, I was in Greece that time, and he had what's it called? Brain damage, and he was in UK. Another friend of mine, she was in Australia, because in Australia I was studying angel therapy. And another friend of mine, he was in Russia. So they all was urgent cases. And because I know that we can work on distance, in any distance you can imagine, I started to work group session with 3 of them simultaneously in UK, in Russia, and Australia, because I had their images. So I work, it's non-contact session. And it was absolutely fantastic. So we can work with any number in cosmic energy. You can work with any number of people. You can, for example, enter a stadium. Yes, if you can clean and heal and protect people just in the stadium. Or for example, we can work actually with any number of people, any number. You don't need the one to, of course, if with many people and you have only 1 hour, you can do less things, but you can open channels for cleaning, protection, and healing. But we have also our restrictions. For example, for cleaning and healing, we need, of course, their permission. Why their permission? Because it's a matter of karma and dharma. Karma, it's usually negative things which happened in our life, and dharma, it's positive things which happen in our life. For example, karma, somebody ill. Dharma is somebody handsome, beautiful, and rich, or whatever. So cosmic energy helps to transform karma into dharma. It's a quantum transformation. This is one of the fantastic things. Also, we have a channels which, for some people who are familiar to travel, let's say, away from the body, we call it astral trips. The channels are very, very protective. I saw many cases when people from another alternative methods, they were saying to me, oh, I did astral trip, oh, I came out of the body. And I usually to say to them, do you have a protection? No, we don't have protection for astral trips. So one of the things which I, of course, not encourage you, I never encourage my students to do astral trips because the invisible world has a lot of different surprises. But we have some regulations, of course, what we have to avoid. So this is massive protection. That's why during now my speech to you and my kind of introduction, the word protection is very much important. Security and protection in this method is absolutely fundamental. Absolutely. About diseases, we have different channels. For example, we have different blocks of channels. In total, the first, let's say, round of the channels, which we will do in the seminar, it will be, I will introduce you up to the 250 frequencies. 250 frequencies is more than enough to cover any situation in life, any disease in life, any situation in relations in life, any situation concerning information, which is very important. Why, again, I stress for you the idea of information. For example, you need to have a choice to do this or to do this, to go there or to go there. I need to apply here or to apply here. Choice is very important in our life, very important, because one choice can completely make a change in our life. So the ideal choice for us is the number one, to know how to do it, how to obtain this in order to have our life straight with a minimum loss if possible. Channels gave this information. For the information, they come. Some people ask me how the information came. To me personally, it came in different ways. For example, it came like vision, like numbers, or like sentence, or like little video, for example. It came from different time space, and it came from different place as well. So this is optically like vision. Sometimes the channels came to me like from hearing. It is clear cognition. So we have a clear cognition, clear audience, clear vision. So clear vision, it's when we see something which other people cannot see. Clear cognition, it means that somebody knows, but we doesn't know where it's come. So cosmic energy channels, they help also to become a clear cognition. And of course, clear audience. It means that they say, they speak, so you can, I mean, not they, I will explain how it works. I can hear, especially I hear when it's imperative, when it's a matter of my safety, when it's a matter to do something, otherwise I will miss opportunity. For example, I can tell you very quick story. I have a friend here, one of the most important friends in my life and journal in here. And how it happened, I was passing near the flowers, which are beautiful roses. When I saw these beautiful roses, I said, oh, what a nice beautiful roses. Let's make a photo. And then because I was in rush, I said, okay, I will do the roses, I will do the photo, after I will come. And suddenly channels, because they work automatically, especially after some time, they work automatically. I heard inside me saying, do photo now. My answer, of course, was, why now? In 15 minutes, I will be back. And they say, because you will regret. And yes, what happens is when I turn, by the time I did the photo, I met this lady. Otherwise, I would lose her. She's one of the most important people in my life. So any disease you can imagine in any of your profession, I guarantee you, you can use the channels to be guided, to be protected, to be secure, and to be clean. Of course, we have some, let's say, limitations, not limitations, like what is allowed, what is not allowed. To be safe. All of this we will speak in the seminar, all of this. Which people you can initiate, which people you cannot initiate. But generally for cosmic energy, it's for everyone. But what I see in my life, not everyone is for cosmic energy. Not everyone. Especially people who are looking with goodwill, who are looking for something simple, quick and easy. Cosmic energy, not for that. Cosmic energy, it's not so much scientific not to understand. It's for ordinary person. But for cosmic energy, we need to work with us. We need to work with the patient, and we work on cellular level with all organs, with all systems, with inside and outside of the person, with aura and aura of different cells. That's why cosmic energy needs and open to the people who take it seriously, who can help themselves and who can help other people as well, who wants to help, especially also animals and lakes and trees. We can clean planets, we can clean all other planets in our galaxy, which are 12 planets. We can do many things about it, which we'll speak, of course, we will speak in the seminar. And another big chapter, which I will want you to introduce, and then I will show you how the channels look like, is very important. It's diagnosis. Diagnostic part of cosmic energy generally method. The diagnostic part, it's like to teach it, it takes minimum 5 hours, because we do diagnosis on different level of deformation. What we do diagnosis? Deformation. What is a deformation? Deformations is a deformation of energy which not allow to pass the energy which create actually diseases. So behind any disease, there are energy deformation. Behind any energy deformation, there are psychological or mental or physical disturbance, pain, which shock, for example, trauma, which people couldn't overcome. So when people come to us, for example, already with a physical disease, in their physical level, in different organs or in different systems, immediately we say, yes, behind there is deformation. But the question is, what kind of deformation? And the question is, when it happens. Why it's important for us when it happens? Because, for example, when we go to the dry cleaner with the spots on the material, the first thing which the dry cleaner say to see is what kind of spot it is. Either it's from wine or it's from something else. And when, how old it is. So when and what kind, it's help us usually to see how many sessions we need and what we can use. Here, I just would like to tell you that since I did the round, as I told you earlier, the round of all other alternative methods you can imagine, I saw in cosmic energy, it's the biggest and the most detailed list of diagnostic deformations which we have to see in order to see the reason, what was behind the reason which caused the disease. You see what I mean? For example, there is a disease, there is a reason, but there is another reason behind the reason. So what it could be? It could be, for example, deformations coming from our ancestors, mother, father line, even up to the 7 generations back. For example, what does it mean, 7 generations? Our parents is the 1st generation back. Our grandparents is the 2nd generation back. So with cosmic energy, we can detect deformations, we can detect problems which can come out now in our body, in our life, back 7 generations, grandparents. We can go to any details you can imagine, any details. Was it from father line, mother line, sister, aunts, whatever. In my practice, I was required by channels to go back 11 generations back, 17 generations back. This is only in cosmic energy. Another thing what we do, we see if there is other deformations coming from curse or from magic effects. When I was just engineer, I never believed in any magic effect, in any curse, in anything. I didn't believe it because I was engineer at that time. But through the cosmic energy sessions, I saw, unfortunately, that it takes place. And it can really destroy not only people's lives, their health, but also their relations, their companies, their the money flow, everything it could be. So we can detect it, where it's come from and when. Also, we can see in deformations, for example, any deformation coming from psychotropic women, psychotropic weapon, any deformation coming from different changes, any deformation coming from geopathic zones, any deformations coming from the, let's say, from the energy links. Before, I didn't know what does it mean energy links. And also many methods which I learned after that, they didn't know what a bit energy links. But energy links, it so could be disturbing for the body. It can really create a massive problems, even the heart attacks or any other deformations. All what you can imagine, it's a list like with We also energy deformations coming from the spirits, energy deformations coming from the shock and the mental and whatever. It's a list of like 20 or 20 approximately protocol list, approximately with the 20 steps, which we check the deformations before we start the session. It's amazing because this is help us to make much more efficient and effective, something which you cannot see in another methods. So also what I can see just briefly that cosmic energy is the nearest to the classical medicine alternative method which exists so far in the world, the nearest. Why? Because our session, I just said to you before about diagnosis, but when we do the session, it's the nearest to the surgery in classical medicine. That's why in cosmic energy we start anatomy. We learn anatomy exactly where every organs are, the systems, the blood system, the nerve system, the structure of the bones, etc., because it's the nearest to the surgery. Because we open the aura, we work then with organs, with every organ in every session, 12 organs in every session. That's why it's very efficient and effective as well. Another question is, okay, we take all of these, let's say, energy deformations, how we can remove them, apart from that we detected. We can remove them. There is a special techniques which you will learn in the seminar, how we remove any deformation, physical deformation, emotional deformation, psychic, mental deformation, deformation coming from the past, or whatever, deformation coming from our ancestors, father, mother line. We will learn how to remove it. Also, we can learn, you will learn in Cosmic Energy Seminar about geopathic zones. Geopathic zones, it's a big chapter, very big chapter. It's actually a part of the earth. It's in nature deformations of the earth. But what we see that many times buildings are built just around or on top of the deformation geopathic zones. And then what happens? Then it depends on the kind of geopathic zones, which you learn, of course, in the seminar. It depends on what will happen to the people. Either it could be destroyed financially, or it could be destroyed the health, even the cancer and people die, or it could be destroyed the relations, anything. For example, you see shops, let's say food shops or the commercial shops, left and right, it's perfectly goes. The middle, always new started, close, doesn't go on somehow. You can see maybe this phenomenon. So this phenomenon, it's explained because of geopathic zones. And sometimes people come with the severe diseases, and the reason could be because he sleeps or he walks 8 hours just around or on the top of geopathic zones. Okay, you can say, Fotiny, we detected. We know that in this point now, there's a geopathic zone. How we can block it? The only method in the world so far which given how to block geopathic zones is in cosmic energy. You will learn this how to block in the seminar. You can ask me, what are the instruments in cosmic energy to find, for example, the geopathic zones, or to find yes or no to answer the questions? We have, I will show you, we have this, we call it antenna, energy antenna, which is just cords which are working with our subconsciousness. For example, when I want to ask yes or no, this or that, when I want to see where geopathic zone is, I use the cord through my subconsciousness. My subconsciousness operate with my hand, not consciousness, subconsciousness, and it shows me exact answer, or it shows where we can use. But for that, of course, you need training. So I also explain in the seminar, in the workshop, how to train your subconsciousness in order to operate with your hand and to give you the result which consciousness doesn't know. But there is a gold rule in our workshop saying that subconsciousness knows everything about everything. That's why we can actually take any information from any time space and from any space and field. Of course, we have to keep the morality and the privacy of information. For example, I can have access to any information, financial or family relations or whatever of any person, but I never do it because we need a permission. Like, for example, accountants, they have our financial issues, but they never say it to somebody else, or they never operate without our permission, or like lawyers as well. So that's why the morality and the respect of privacy, it's very, very, very important in our cosmic energy method. You can say, okay, Fatin, if somebody doesn't do it, what happens? I saw many cases when people, cosmic energy operators who had access to the information and that use them without prior agreement, gradually, cosmic energy stop giving them information. They want to protect others as well. So it's very, very fair somehow, very fair. And all of this in line, of course, with God. With God, I mean with the God principles of morality, of fairness, of honesty. I saw also some other cases which people operated with the channels which they didn't have, but because they knew how to activate them, they use them. Again, cosmic energy method, universe, because we're talking about the universe behind. They let it for a while, and then gradually, they just move this person out from the cosmic energy method. So it's very important to be moral, to be honest, and to respect individuality. This is actually just in brief what I could tell you. Of course, we do with the animals, as I said, etc., etc. I just would like to show you just how they look like. And a few words, because I will show you a few words how they look like. I would like to say a few words because it's important. It's important for me and also for you. Who created this method? A cosmic energy method has been created by the Russian academic we mentioned before. His name is Petrov, Alexander Vladimirovich, and he was 2 years younger than me. And it came to him because he was classical doctor, and he had a case while he was just in the institute, he just graduated, of his friend who had a child with suddenly very, very severe disease in lungs, where the medicine say to them, we cannot help, just wait, the child will die. Then somehow it happened that this friend of him met energy healer, the only energy healer which was quite famous in that time in Soviet Union, because the rest it was not allowed at that time. And this lady saved the life of this child. So the friend came now to the creator of the method and said to him, Vladimir, Alexander, look, what happened? Medicine couldn't help. But this lady, without any instrument, she helped and she survived my child. And this was the beginning when our creator, he started to think, what is beyond where the classical medicine cannot help? This is how he started investigation and how the cosmic energy channels came to him, and then academician research, etc., etc., etc. This is I will tell in more details in the seminar. But today, because of presentation, I just wanted to mention about him who did absolutely tremendous impact, positive impact to the humanity. Why? Because such a knowledge, not only just to receive what he did it, he went to the cave in Tanshan mountains where the always the snow. He was there for 1 year, no mobile phones, nothing. It was that time, of course, no mobile phones, no internet, nothing. He went for his own risk for 1 year in this cave, drinking water from the snow and eat some dry things. He was channeling, try to connect with the universe. Then when he come back, he was living in Moscow area. He come back, he needed to put all this knowledge, firstly to see scientifically how it works, to confirm it, and then The biggest task was how to put an educational system, so in order to transmit and to pass this knowledge to the people who are just average, if you don't need to be very scientific to learn it, to the people to spread this knowledge for their benefit, for the benefit of all, and for the benefit of planet. This was, of course, tremendous work what he did. So now I just would like to show you how it looks like. This is actually just in few words to explain you, to show about.
For more informative videos, like, subscribe and share. Because your healing journey starts here.